Hi everyone and welcome to our new tips and tricks video in which Mark will explain us and demonstrate how to apply indicators of compromise in order to check for hidden elements in our infrastructure. Hi Mark, by the way.
Hello Manuel.
How does it work, these IoCs for checking that everything is fine in our structure?
Let's go back to our demo to see how we would put this in.
We start from the graphic attack again?
Absolutely, from a ransomware attack.
Yes.
So for our demo, we'll assume that the admin, based on the information given by SES for our demo ransom,
yes,
was able to find more details and identify the ransomware thanks to the Stormshield threat intelligence.
Yeah, we will put the link in the comment section.
Okay, so from our Stormshield threat intelligence side, found that there were other malware tools associated with this ransomware, notably a rat.
A rat? What is a rat, by the way?
A rat is a remote access Trojan.
Okay.
And according to the threat intelligence, this rat is often used to deploy this kind of ransomware in the environment. So Stormshield Threat Intelligence have published some IoCs,
yes,
so that we can see if this rat exists in our environment.
Okay, and how can we do that? I mean, maybe we can run an IoC scan in order, to see that we didn't miss anything, maybe.
Okay, well, first of all, we can obtain the IoCs from the Stormshield public server.
Okay.
We can download.
So we download it from there?
Absolutely, directly from the console. You can see there's various resources we can obtain. For our demo, we've already got the IoCs, so we can see on the menu here we've got a list of our resources available. And here, this is our IoC for the rat.
Okay, so let's go. Let's see what happens, when we run the scan. In that case.
Okay, so we'll create our task using this IoC. It's quite simple. We create a task
either for Yara scan or IoC scan. Okay,
that's right. So we want our IoC scan in this instance. We can give it a name, I won't bother here particularly. Then we add the IOCs that we want to search for. In this case, we're looking for a rat.
Yes. It's the thing in our environment, so we need to make sure that everything is fine,
Oh yes, we do. We don't want a rat in our environment. So we then say where we're going to search. We can search in the file system. We can search running processes. We can search the Windows event logs.
Okay.
For this particular instance, we're actually going to import parameters that we've created previously to search the places most likely targeted by hackers. So
that's great.
I'll import that, and then we can go ahead and launch our task. We can launch it on one or multiple machines. Here we'll launch it on our demo machine, and we'll run the task, and then we can see on the agent machine what's going to happen.
And what can we do now? I mean, we have this task completed. We are looking for our IOCs. What is the next step? Well,
if our IOC is found on the agent machine, we can then decide what remediation steps that we want to take.
Okay.
Remediation, it's SES that will give us a proposal.
Yes.
But if we discover a rat, I think the most likely thing we want to do is just remove it to delete
yeah,
it.
instead of having a, So now we have run our IoC scan, and in the other video we have also seen how to isolate a quarantine file, and how can we be sure that we are going back to a normal situation?
So we've found our IoC, our rat.
Yes.
So I think what we should do is delete that.
Yeah. We don't
first.
want a rat, in our environment.
SES gives us the choice of what we want to do with the file. So it's for the administrator to decide. So we can have a look at the log generated by our scan.
Sure.
So let's go and have a look at that. And then from the log, we can quite simply decide the remediation task that we want to run. So this is our log. So we'll select our log. And then from the actions here,
we have different responses.
Different responses. So in this case, we want to run a remediation task. The remediation task proposed by SES is to put the file in quarantine or delete it. But as you said, there are.
Since we don't have any rat here, we can delete it just directly.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll just get rid of it. We can then run the task.
Okay, we run the remediation in that case.
If we then go to the client machine, and I know where the rat lives, so if we have a look at it, here it is.
Yes.
And we can see it being deleted.
Okay, maybe we can just show up.
Just it's the agent communicates with the server. So the moment the agent communicates with the server and sees the task, then it will run the task that we've created.
Okay, I see. Okay, understand. And eventually, we won't have this rat or this file present in our workstation.
No, it'll be removed, and there it goes.
Yes.
From our environment.
Okay. And what about the fact that still the machine or the workstation is still isolated? Maybe we can,
Yes. So now our incident is resolved. We can go back to the console, and we can remove the machine from isolation.
Okay.
So we do that quite simply. Select the isolation. We can see our machine there is isolated. Select the machine, and then simply remove it.
Okay.
Here we put a comment. So we've resolved the situation. So we just put resolved as our comment.
Yes.
And then we can run the task, remove from isolation.
And what about the agent side in that case?
Back on the agent, once again the agent communicate with the server, and once it's communicated with the server, we'll see a notification to the user that the machine has been removed from isolation. A little orange button is going to disappear, and the situation will be back to normal. Incident resolved.
Okay.
There it goes.
Okay. Yeah, we have the pop-up, and we now don't have any orange button, which seems and which indicates that the machine has been back to a normal situation. Yes. So thank you very much, Mark, for all this information about how to run a scan and also how to exit the machine from isolation. And we don't have any rats now in our environment. And yeah, like that, we know that our infrastructure isn't as risk at all. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your time, Mark. Bye.